Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree. I join you here barefaced because I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using all the things and that I loved the most this week, recreating the look I loved the most this week. I'm going to try to incorporate, I feel like doing it every Saturday maybe or Sunday, a get ready with me recreating my favorite look from the week. I don't do videos every day, so you might not see that look that I loved so much, but I'll recreate it on the weekend. I'm thinking Saturday, why not? So I'm going to use all the products. Some of these are rediscovered, like, oh my god, why haven't I been using that this whole time? And I just really loved the makeup look I did, and I wore the same base makeup every single day. I've actually worn the blush, highlighter, the blush, the highlighter, the foundation and concealer, the same combo for 2 weeks I've been wearing it, and usually I'm cycling through different things. I've been loving it, so I'm going to recreate it for you. I'm actually going to start with eyes though, because the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use does give a little fallout, and I want to kind of clean that up before I do the base. And it's the ColourPop That's Taupe palette. I rediscovered my love for this because I am trying to resist the urge to buy the Stone Cold Fox palette. And I think this is giving me what I want, and what I think I need from that palette. These really beautiful, cool toned shades here. So I'm going to use this today, recreate a look I wore in a couple of my previous videos. And we're going to start with the eyes. So this is the That's Taupe eyeshadow palette. Let's just get a little brush. And the light keeps getting brighter and less brighter. The sun is like going behind some clouds and stuff. So I'm just going to like get these shades here. I kind of just dab back and forth between these two and then this one here, and do like a lot of crease stuff and eyelid, and then this darker one in the outer corner, and then this one here in the middle on the lid. It's super easy. The shades are really easy to work with. I do have on some eye primer already, the Morphe eyelid primer that I love so much. So I'm just dabbing back and forth between these two shades here because I feel like the light one is a little too light, and I like what it adds to that middle shade. And these shades are so pretty. They're really easy to blend as well. But the shimmer shade is the one that gives a little bit of fallout. I rarely do eyes first. I don't know if zooming in is helping at all. Anyway, I don't really do eyes first at all. I kind of prefer to do all the other steps first. It's just the routine I'm in. But every now and then there's a palette I have that just gives fallout that doesn't dust away easily or something like that, and this one does do that. So eyes first it is. And as you can see, it's giving like some really gentle definition. They do take a second to build up, at least build up to what I want them to look like. I need a closer mirror. And it's kind of bright in here, so I don't know if you can see the real intensity here, but like I said, the sun's going in and out. These shades are just really pretty. I'm also trying to resist the urge to buy that ColourPop Limoncello palette I talked about recently, saying how much I wanted it. And I saw it at Ulta the other day, and I stood there just staring at it. Like, I need that palette so bad. But then, I mean, I don't need that palette. It's just, I was looking at the colors. I have all those colors. I don't need them. I could easily recreate it, and I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Like, get a magnetic palette and pull out a bunch of singles that look really similar to those. Because I have so many ColourPop eyeshadows depotted that I could easily, I think, recreate that color scheme. Because it's nothing like super crazy or new, it's just the packaging and everything like that that I really want. Anyway, I'm taking a little bit of that darker brown and just putting it on the outer corner. And then just blending it a little bit in the crease. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I just blend it till I feel like it looks even. Alright, so that is what we're working with. I think I need a little more darkness over here. Or is that just the way I'm looking at it in the camera? Actually I think it looks all right. I'm gonna get a little bit more of the lighter shade. Let me show you the palette real quick though. See how this one like just explodes everywhere? I mean, it's my palette, I'll blow on it. But I wouldn't recommend blowing on your palettes if you're using them on other people. But I'm gonna get a little bit of the lighter shade and kind of help this blend a little more out here. But see how quickly it came together really, really easily. These shades are so pretty. I really don't need that Stone Cold Fox palette. Either this is giving me my fill, or it's making me feel like I need that one now because this one is so good. So I'm going to take that one in the middle right here. It's called Snake Eyes. And that's the one I'm going to use on the lid. Oh, it's so pretty. So, so, so pretty. This is the one that gives a little bit of fallout, a little bit of glitter, a little bit of sparkle. I can see it on my eyelashes. But it's such a gorgeous shade. I don't mind. There are certain palettes I don't mind if they're finicky and I have to do eyes first. I will if the outcome is going to be worth it. And with this one, I think it's totally worth it. I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is poking at the door, like trying to open it. He doesn't need anything from out there. No, I'm just kidding. But right when I close the door, right when I close it, he'll jump out from his little house and go out there and see like, why is the door closed? What's going on out there? Why can't I be out there? Anyway, I'm going to wipe off this fallout real quick and then, yeah, we'll continue on with the face. All right, I did wipe off the fallout and I did put on some primer. This is the one I've been using the last couple weeks. The Neutrogena Radiant Primer Serum with Peptides. This isn't necessarily like the best primer ever. I just really like it. It's really liquidy and wet and gives you a super like dewy kind of wet look to your skin before you put makeup on. The thing with this though that I would say wait for it to soak in at least a minute or two before putting on your foundation, because I find when I go straight with the foundation while it's like super wet on my face, the foundation won't sit well and it kind of like, it just looks really funny and gathers in weird spots. So I have found that if I let it sit for a minute, the foundation will look a lot better. So, and the foundation we're going to be using is the CoverGirl Outlast Active. I have the shade here, Classic Ivory. They discontinued this, which biggest mistake, big mistake, huge. This foundation's amazing. I do have a couple of backups of it. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's high coverage, but not like a mask. It wears all day. It'll wear under a mask. It has SPF 20 in it, which is all right. Sweat proof, transfer proof, humidity proof, won't clog pores, oil free, 24-hour wear. It's really, really lovely. Love it. And this has like, this was in a project pan I was trying to do, and I even titled it like, I'm actually gonna try this time. And I have been trying, but there's like more air in here than anything. But anyway, the project pan, I can't. I try, but I don't know. Unless I genuinely like want to use up the thing and then I put it away because I didn't want to use it up, even though I put it in the project pan. It was a whole thing. Anyway, let's put on the foundation. My little beauty blender. I love the scent of it. It smells like baby lotion or something. So nice. Blends super easily. Oh, all blended. Love that foundation. Anyway, before we get to the powder, let's talk about this concealer. This is the Josie Marin Vibrancy Argan Oil Fluid Coverage. What? Argan Oil Full Coverage Concealer Fluid. I have the shade here, Light. There's a hair stuck on my lip. I can feel it. Here it is. They have a foundation that's very similar to this, which I recently decluttered, I think, because it was just really, really old. But the concealer is amazing. It's so good. So I'm going to put a little on my forehead, a little here. It is full coverage. It looks great. I use this on its own regularly, as just like, you know, if I just feel like doing concealer and not the whole thing, because it covers up everything and it looks great. It also wears all day long. I will zoom in real quick so you can see what it looks like once I blend it. I just realized I forgot to put under eye concealer on. It's always, I never like miss that step, because even if you forgot to put it on, once you put on foundation, the under eye circles look like darker than ever. Like darker than they did before, just with the contrast. It's funny. All right, let me take a look at it real quick, but I think it looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, looks good. Oh, I love it. I love the combination of those two so much. And then with this powder, so here is the concealer and the foundation. I think it looks awesome. I love it so, so much. And they're both really high coverage products, but they don't look like I'm wearing a ton of foundation. At least I don't think so. Let me put on some under eye concealer real quick. All right, concealer is on, or my under eye concealer's on, and eyebrows as well. I feel like I overdid it with the brow gel a little on this side because I could feel it a little stuck to my face, but we'll take care of that later. So the powder, oh my gosh, it's the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I have had this little sample here for ever and ever and ever. And I've used it every now and then. I would put it a little under my eyes and I'm like, oh, that's good. But I was never really into setting powder, like loose powder, because all the ones I've tried, they're super drying. They kind of suck the life out of your face. There are a select few that don't do that, this being one of them. And I honestly only started using it to use it up because I have it and I'm like, I might as well just use it up. And it's amazing. So I just put a little bit in the lid. It does come with this little mesh thing here, but I pour it into the lid, get my little brush, and I kind of just work the brush into the powder, and then I just powder up my face. I know the love that I have for this powder and the effect it has on my skin is probably not going to translate that well to a video. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to see a big difference, but in person, I can't describe this powder. It makes my skin look insane. Watch, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk or anything, but it's great. I did go buy this in a full size because I know it's gonna be gone soon, and I was actually kind of weirded out about the amount that was in the packaging. It's like half of the, it's really weird the amount that they give you, but anyway, it didn't stop me. I bought it anyway. So I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know if you can see what it did, but I feel it set my face and made it look like a filter is on it. Like, it made it look even and blurred for some reason. Like, is that just me? Is that just me seeing that? I think it looks insane. And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, this powder is, what is it doing? It's amazing. I love it so, so, so much. It's supposed to have like a cooling effect. I've really never noticed that. I think I felt it the first couple of times I used it under my eyes, but I don't really think it's like part of the powder. It could just not have that gimmick and I would have bought it anyway. I love it so much. And the couple of cream products I'm going to use are going to go on top of that powder super well. The first being this little sample. So about 2 weeks ago, was it the weekend before last, I think, I did a video using a full face of samples, and as fun as it was for me to do, it came out like garbage. And you know, I'll put up videos that are imperfect, I don't really care, but that video was on another level of like, what are you doing? Do not put this up. Anyway, this was one of the samples from that video. This is the, I had to look it up. It's from Westman Atelier. I could not think of that name. It's the Face Trace Cream Contour Stick, and this is the shade Biscuit. This came in a little tiny sample, of course, and it's been sitting here open like this. There's no seal on this, on my table here for 3 weeks now, and it's creamy as ever. Like, I felt like I was gonna have to put in a little baggie, but what I've been loving this for is I just get a little bit on my finger. It's feeling a little melted now because it's warm in here. I just get a little bit on my finger, and I'm going to put it right here. And it makes the craziest difference. I've never done anything like this on a regular basis. I think I did it for a video one time, like this kind of contouring. Do you see how quickly that blended in? And look at the difference on both sides of my face. Like look at this side and look at this side. Like I freaked out when I first used this. I was like, what the heck? What the heck is that? And you can see the shadow a lot more in the video, I think, here than in real life, because I can't see like a streak of makeup right there. But I think it makes, like, look at the difference on both sides of my face. It's crazy. And then I just get a little bit on the other side and do the same thing. And of course, I immediately wanted to buy this. I was like, I have to get that in a full size. I'm gonna die if I don't have it. It's expensive for what it is. And I feel like I could try this out with a couple of other cream bronzers that I have, maybe even ones that's on the cooler side. I have a cream contour refill from KVD and I haven't opened it yet, and I'm thinking I might try this with that. I feel like this side needs a little bit more. It's the smallest little thing and it's the smallest amount of product that I'm using, but I feel like it's making like the craziest difference in my face shape. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I absolutely went crazy for it. I love it so much. There's a hair tickling me. Let's throw on some bronzer. I haven't been particular about any particular bronzer. I've just been using the one from this Clinique palette. It is this Sunkissed Perfection palette. I think they have another one of these out in a different variation now, but it just has like some bronzer, a bronzer, blush, powder, highlighter. But this bronzer in here called Get Bronzed, I've really been liking. So I'm just gonna use some bronzer. But I haven't been particular about any one this week. It's just been using bronzer. Of course, I'm always a bronzer lover. And then the cream blush that I'm going to use, I've also used for 2 weeks straight, with the exception of one day where I used a different one for a video. But I have used just this one bronzer every single day. I just feel like that little tiny bit of contouring I did on my cheekbones, or like this cheek area, made the craziest difference. Like I can't get over it. It's nuts. All right, the cream blush, I can't put this down. It's the Burt's Bees cream blush in the shade Guava Meringue. I showed this in my drugstore makeup first impressions video from a couple weeks ago, and I have literally used this with the exception of one day. I've used this every single day since then. I think it's so beautiful. And now that I was just gonna put this on, I always put highlighter on first. Let me grab my highlighter. This is a Shop My Stash moment right here. You know what? Let me lower the blinds a little bit. I think it's a little bright in here. All right, that's way better actually. So it was a little bright with the blinds. You couldn't really see everything I was doing. So this is a Shop My Stash moment right here. This is from col-lab and it's the Face and Eye Highlighter Palette in the shade Fairy Nudes. If they still make this, I'll list it down below, probably on their website. This is a brand that sells at Sally Beauty, and it's a wonderful, beautiful highlighter palette. I have used the heck out of this palette. I'm actually surprised I haven't hit pan on one of these top ones here. I've had this for 2 years maybe, and I use it all the time, and then I put it away and then I get really into it again, and right now I'm really into it again. I kind of just mix these two together here, and I really love the glow that it gives. Went out of focus there. I knew that my plant, it was going to focus on the plant every now and then, but I don't know if you can see, but I absolutely love this highlighter. And I like to do highlighter before blush because I like the blush to kind of mix in with the highlighter, and I find that when I do highlight after blush that I'm kind of putting the blush, the highlighter on top of the blush, and it looks more like a streak than, it doesn't blend in that nicely. I don't know. Is that just me? But I love this. And then I do take my little sponge and dab on these two parts because I tend to put a lot right here, because that's when where I first put my brush. So I kind of just dab over it a little bit to kind of give a little more seamless blend. And that is that. Let me zoom in. Maybe you could see that highlighter a little bit better. Look at my skin. I feel like it looks airbrushed. That powder I think is so crazy. It's so good. Anyway, let's move on to the blush. This is the blush. I have been using it with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Stipple Brush. I found this at TJ Maxx was it the year before last now? Because I know nothing happened last year. I'm like, was it last year? Probably not. But maybe it was, I don't know. But I got this at TJ Maxx anyway. But I think they still sell this brush on e.l.f.'s website. I just get it in here. I'm going to swatch it for you actually so you can see. It's a really light shade. I do have to build it up to get it to look like blush on myself. But I love the color. If you're any darker than me, it might not show up a lot on you without a lot of building. But I think they had a couple of other colors, another darker one. There's something tickling me right here. I've also been loving putting blush more up here. Usually I do like this whole area, but lately I've only been liking it like right up here. I don't know, it was just something different to try. And I used to do my blush like this all the time. But the brushes I use, now I just tend to go like this. And I feel like it made like a weird difference in my face shape. I don't know what it was. But I love this brush with this blush. It blends so easily. And I really, really love it. I literally have used it every day. I think it's so, so, so pretty. And it blends really easily. There you go. There's blush. This side looks a little heavy. It looks fine. I'm okay with it. I say that and then I'm like, hold on, let me keep blending it. All right, I'm gonna finish up the lower lashes, put on some mascara, and I'll join you back here for the finished look and to debrief about the products. Be right back. All right, we are back. I just put on some mascara, the Marc Jacobs at lash'd. I think they are going out of business. I don't know, because I went to go buy this in a full size and everything's like gone, everything's on sale. I don't know what's going on with Marc Jacobs, but I'm just gonna enjoy the sample and not go buy a full size. Anyway, that's the mascara I put on. This is my finished look, the stuff I have been loving. I've literally been wearing these exact same base products every single day for at least 2 weeks. I think it looks awesome. It looks like me, like it's makeup that looks like me. You know, like when I think about me, this is what I look like. The eyeshadow palette I absolutely love. Everything I'm wearing today I really, really love, especially this powder. I feel like this powder airbrushed my face. Like I don't know what it is, but it's magical. But yeah, that is it. Let me know what you think about these products. Have you used them? Would you try them? Let me know your thoughts and opinions as always. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.